going to really learn a lot from this. I currently been reading this book for those who are wondering what I've been reading lately. It's called The Leader Who Had No Title. It's a great book. I've been learning a lot from it. It's basically, it's a story of, I really learn a lot from this. I currently been reading this. So, it really taught me a lot because, I've understood a lot of things differently, and it's changed my perspective on leadership. And I think that it's a great book for a lot of us that, want to start reading books to start reading, because it really puts a lot of things into perspective for you. So, in the book right now, he's currently in the book and in the story right now, this lady that he met is teaching him the 4 natural powers. So, and the way, they did it was in a way where this guy is being mentored by this person, right? And he considers him a mentor. So think about it like this, right? Consider me your mentor, right? And you're my mentee. And what I'm doing is I'm taking you to these 4 very important people in my life, right? There was 4 people that played a huge influence in helping me become the person that I am today. And I'm walking around and you're my mentee, and I'm taking you to these individuals, right? And introducing you to them. So the first person, he introduces him to in the story is to a home, not a home attendant, somebody who does room service in a hotel. What's the name of that again? Somebody help me with that. Housekeeper? Yeah, a housekeeper. Yeah, there you go. A housekeeper, right? So he introduces him to this housekeeper, but this housekeeper is the manager of the top hotel in New York. So, she's super dope. She knows so much about leadership. And she starts to teach him that in life, you don't need to have a title to be considered a leader. Okay. A lot of people are under the impression that they need to be of a certain rank. They need to have a certain title in order for them to be leaders. But in reality, you become a leader first by applying the principles when you have no title. Okay. And it's putting a lot of things into perspective for me, because I want you guys to write this down, right? And it was something that I put on my story. It said, it's impossible to build a house of success on a foundation of excuses. All right. It's impossible to build a house of success on a foundation of excuses. Okay. And she said that to him because he was making a lot of excuses as to why he wasn't being successful, as to why he hadn't accomplished the life and lived the life that he always wanted to. And he was blaming it on his past experiences. He was blaming it on his wife. He was blaming it on this. He was blaming it on the fact that he went to the army, and that the army and all of this, haunted him, and he hasn't been able to be the best version of himself since. But you can't allow yourself to let the past experiences determine who you're going to be now. Okay. And that's a lesson I wanted to make sure that all of you guys understood here today. We got to stop with the excuses. The excuses is what's really truly holding us back at the end of the day. So he said this, and I want you guys to, I'm just going to read, and I want you guys to just listen real quick. He said, the whole cemetery thing worked, I agreed, but I need to admit, I'm worried what people will say about me as I keep making the big changes I know I now need to make, right? Type a 1 in the chat box if you or somebody that has ever been worried about making changes because they're worried about what other people are going to say about them, right? You ever have somebody, right, worried about those things, right? That they're worried, like for example, a lot of you guys on this call right now, for example, a lot of you are going to have to make some huge changes in order for you to become the person that is deserving of what you're asking for. That's a lot of people's biggest worry, is the changes, but not about the changes, is what people are going to say about you changing is what people worry about most, right? So he says, I need to admit I'm worried what people will say about me as I keep making the big changes I need to make. I don't want you guys to be worried about that. Please don't be the person that is worried about what other people are going to say about you. Now, listen to this. He says, the fact is, I seem to be more concerned than I should be about what the people around me think about me. What if they laugh as I start leading without a title, expressing my absolute best and treating my job at the bookstore as the most important job in the world? Most people in business just don't think this way, right? So this is what he's saying. He's like, some of you guys, for example, right now, you guys don't really have any big ranks, big titles, okay? You got to think about it. So if you're somebody, and even myself, like, think about it, guys. Yes, I know, you might look at me, as a chairman in my business and so on and so forth. But I've been acting this way since I was unranked in my business, since I was making $150 a month in my business, $600 a month in my business. And you know how true it is, because me and my brother Michael, we were talking about it yesterday. He was like, bro, you guys were P600s, P1000s, and you guys were our leaders. You guys were leading by example. You guys were the top dogs in New York City during that time. And just, you guys were the ones that were keeping the fire going in New York City, even though we didn't have a big title, even though we didn't have big success or results, and we were actually broke. Guess what? We were leading without any real title. Okay. And that's what he's saying in this book right here. He says, to go back to it, he says, the fact is, I seem to be more concerned than I should about what people around me would think of me. I used to think that too. I used to think, yo, what are people going to think about me waking up and going to the park and meditating? You don't think that was a new thing for me? Think about it, guys. I'm from Washington Heights, New York City. I'm from the hood. I come from a Dominican background. Hispanics don't do the things that I do. Okay. So think about it. When I started to do this stuff, I was worried. I'm honest, true facts. I was worried about what people were going to say about me. I was worried about what it was so real that I remember in the winter times when I was in New York City, I couldn't go to the park to meditate. So I would have to meditate in my room, and I would have to lock the door in my room because I wouldn't want my mom to walk in and just see me sitting there with my hands open and just, close eyes. And she's going to be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what is this all about? I was scared about what my parents were going to think. But now I go home and I do it no problem. I do it no problem. And my mom walks in and she just look. I could just see her looking at me because she's like, "What is my son doing?" But she doesn't even say anything, to me anymore. But I remember being scared of those things, right? I remember being worried about what people would think about me if I was reading, right? I was worried about what people would think about me for, writing in my journal. You know what I'm saying? Like. It was things that, growing up, we would consider to be kind of nerdish, or we would kind of talk down on it. But from what I remember now, it was just fear and false misconceptions that, were put into my mind. So now every day I post it. Yes, I do read. Yes, I do meditate every day. Yes, I do these things because I don't care about what anybody has to say about me. Now, listen to this. Right? He says, right? He says, what if they laugh as I start leading without a title, expressing my absolute best and treating my job at the bookstore as the most important job in the world? Now, I remember that too. Now, I wasn't working at a bookstore, but I remember being worried about telling people that I did network marketing. I literally was worried about telling people I did network marketing. I used to be scared to tell people that I was a network marketer and that I traded Forex and that I invested into crypto. Because back in the day, when I started this, you see, crypto is something huge now. Everybody loves crypto. Everybody's investing into crypto. Big time companies, Adidas, Microsoft, Tesla, everybody knows about this now. But in 2017, if you did crypto, you was a scammer. You were scamming people if you did crypto back in 2017. So I used to be worried and scared to tell people that stuff. So what I did was I didn't even care. I stopped caring, right? Past people still think that's true, right? I stopped caring about what anybody had to say about my business. And I started to literally do this business like it was the most important thing in the world, right? And look at what he says. He says, this is what the mentor responded to the mentee. He said, what other people think about you is none of your business, Blake. Leadership is about having an unshakable faith in your vision and unrelenting confidence in your power to make positive change happen. Forget what others might say and remember what Albert Einstein once wrote. Great spirits have always encountered opposition from mediocre minds. Just do your work as well as you humanly can do it, and the rest will take care of itself. Okay, that's important. Look at what else he said. He says, great people construct monuments with the stones their critics threw at them. That's also very powerful. What is that saying, guys? Don't be scared to be criticized. Don't worry about the fact that you're going to be criticized by your friends, by your peers, by your family. It's okay. Listen to it one more time. Leadership is about having unshakable faith in your vision. Unshakable faith, which means it doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter what happens in your business, who leaves your business, who talks down on your business. You have to stay true to the vision that you said you were going to go out and accomplish. That's it. Right? Ali says something important in the chat. The criticism says more about them than it does of you. And that's facts. Okay? So you got to have unshakable faith in your vision. And you also have to have unrelenting confidence in your power to make a positive change. Right? Think about it for me, guys. My vision is clear. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say about Neno. My vision is clear on exactly. I have that unshakable faith on the vision that we have for Mornings with Neno. But guess what? I also have that unrelenting. Let me look up what unrelenting means, because if I'm being honest, I really don't know. Unrelenting means non-yielding in strength, severity, or determination. So it's really just having that determination, right? That, you're going to stay strong through, the BS that happens in your life, right? Unrelenting confidence in your power to make a positive change. This is me. Unrelenting confidence. I'm going to show up every day and speak to you guys, thousands of people, whether there's one person on the call or whether there's thousands of people on the call, I'm going to show up. Forget what others might say and understand, right, what Albert Einstein once said. He said, great spirits have always encountered opposition from mediocre minds. I'd be lying to you guys if I tell you that I haven't experienced, right, opposition from mediocre minds. People telling me, Neno, it's not possible for you to do that. Neno, you're wasting your time. Neno, you should go and get a job or go and get a career in what you went to school for. Never again, right? So great spirits have always encountered opposition from mediocre minds. All right. He said it's when no one criticizes you that you should be worried, because that means you're not doing anything special. All right. So let's go over the 4 natural powers now. All right. And I'm going to use the whiteboard for this because I want you guys to know the 4 natural powers that the housekeeper taught her. Right. The 4 natural powers. Number 1, every one of us alive in this moment has the power to go to work each day and express the absolute best within us, and you need no title to do that, right? Every sentence ends like that, and it starts like that as well. Every one of us. Every one of us alive in this moment has the power to go to work each day and express the absolute best within us. And you need no title to do that. Okay. Now, why is this such a natural power? Why is this the first one? Because I don't want any of you guys to think that you need to have a title to express your absolute best. Okay. Everything I'm doing right now, I was doing it when I had no title, when I had no rank, when I had no money in the bank. So I know a lot of people sometimes make the excuses. Remember what we said, you can't build a house of success on a foundation of excuses. I know a lot of us sometimes say, Neno, but I'm broke. Neno, I don't have the money. Neno, my parents don't support me. Neno, this, Neno, that. There's always a certain excuse. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, like it says, natural power number one. Every one of us alive in this moment, the present moment, we all have the power to go to work each day and express the absolute best within us. So ask yourself, how are you going to express your absolute best version of yourself today? How are you going to show up today your absolute best? What is the absolute best version of you, Kay? What is the best version of you, Dama? What is the best version of you, Drew? Okay. What's the best version of you, Pedro, Eli, T, Adriana, Shalana, Christina, Natasha? What is your absolute best? How does that absolute best version of you show up? You need no title to do that, to go out and be your absolute best today. How is that person? Think about it right now. What would the best version of you, how would the best version of you act today? What would the best version of you's morning routine be like? At what time would that person wake up? What kind of actions will that person take? Will they have their day planned out? Will they jump on every call? Right? What is the absolute best version of you? How would that person act? All right? You got to know that. I want you guys, every single one of you on this call, the thousands that are on this call, I want all of us today to show up as the best version of us today. Be the best version of you today. Be the best mom you can be today. Be the best dad you can be today. Be the best son, the best daughter, the best leader, the best girlfriend, the best boyfriend. Be the best version of you today in all areas in your life. Be the best with your significant other. Be the best big brother, little brother, big sister, little sister. Be the best today. If you're at work today, be the best at your job today. Don't just go to work just to go to work today. Go to work today and be the best at your job today. Do your job today with love, with integrity, with passion. One of the best advices I ever gave one of the leaders within my organization, he said, he called me and he was complaining to me about his job. And he was like, bro, I live in a very, I work in a very negative environment. And, it's just hard for me to do this business and, go to work at the same time. And I remember one day we spoke right before he went to work. And I said, bro, I need you to do me a favor today. I need you to go to work with intention today. And he was like, what do you mean by that? I said, I want you to go to work today, bro. And I want you to show up with an intention to make everybody's day. All right. I want you to show up happy. I want you to show up positive. And whenever people are talking negative around you, switch the conversation around, switch it to something positive. You know what I want you to do? I want you to go get a box of donuts. All right. And take it to work today and give it to your workers. Make everybody smile today. Make everybody's day today. Okay. Everybody you talk to, leave them with an impression of increase. Okay. I told him that. I said that, yo, do that today. Do something today to make people's day. Everybody you talk to today, make their day. Give them a compliment. Let them know that you appreciate them. You know what he did? He called me after work. He called me with tears in his eyes. He said, bro, that was one of the best days I ever had at work. That was one of the best days I ever had at work. And I've been working here 3 years. It's because he was showing up every day and he was letting his environment become a product of him. But what he didn't understand is that his environment, okay, you got to remember this, right? You're not a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of you. Make sure you write that down. You are not a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of you. You determine the environment. You determine it. It's mad important. Super important. My environment is everything. Super key. All right. So that's number one. How can you show up your absolute best today? That's the first natural power. Number two is every one of us alive today has the power to inspire, influence, and elevate each person we meet by the gift of a great example. Kind of goes back to what I just said, honestly. And you need no title to do that, right? Literally goes to literally what I said. Every one of us alive today has the power to inspire, influence, and elevate each person we meet by the gift of a great example. And you need no title to do that. I needed no title to show the leaders within my organization that they needed to do their morning routine, that they needed to go out there and prospect 10 people a day, that they needed to do 5 to 6 presentations a week, that they had to master the skills. I needed no title to do that. That they needed to run weekly events in their cities. I needed no title to do that. You know why? Because I inspired them and I influenced them and I elevated each person by the gift of being a great example. You know how many people have started morning motivational calls because of Mornings with Neno? I know so many people that do morning motivational calls now, or, you know, morning, whatever, everyone now, right? Everyone does that now. But nobody did them before me. Nobody. But I'm grateful. You know why? Because I inspired, I influenced it, and I elevated each person by the gift of a great example. That's all I did. And I'm grateful. You know why? Because I never wanted it to be Neno the only morning call. Because I don't want people to only depend on Neno. I'm going to do these for as long as I can do them. Right? So you got to understand, guys, that that's what it's all about. I did this by example. I showed up, and look, still to this day, I show up. And there's been a lot of morning calls that I've seen that have gotten started and they're not here anymore, because the showing up every day, Monday through Friday, rain or shine, through the ups, through the downs, is not the easiest thing to do. They come up to me and tell me like, yo, Neno, honestly, I started morning calls and I only did them for a few months. I couldn't find topics anymore. I was just going through it. I just couldn't do it anymore. You know what I said? I said, hey, brother, it's not for everybody. Trust me. God gave me a very, very special gift. I sometimes don't even know how I do it myself, but I do it. You know why? Because I love it. It's the passion. It's the love. It's my purpose. It's my purpose, fam. You got to think about it. I literally was excited to jump on Mornings with Neno today. I was like, damn, I didn't do Mornings with Neno yesterday. My leader, by the way, killed it. Shout out to Marcy. But I'm like, yo, I can't wait. Like one of my first thoughts this morning was like, I can't wait to do mornings with Neno today. Think about that. Like, I was so excited to do this today. I was so excited to teach you guys what I wanted to teach you guys today because it's my passion. Okay. And if you want to change and you want to make sure that you inspire people, you got to lead by example, guys. And quitting is not leading by example. It's not leading by example. You have to elevate people. All right. Number 3 is very important. Every one of us alive with life can passionately drive positive change in the face of negative conditions. And you need no title to do that. There you go. Every one of us alive with life can passionately drive positive change in the face of negative conditions. And you need no title to do that. What does that mean? If you're going through any challenges at this very point in time, you don't need a title to change that into a positive situation. Okay. You know how many challenges I went through at the beginning of this journey? Okay. You need no title to do that. You feel me? There's no title that is needed to change a negative situation into a positive. You don't need rank. You don't need money. You don't need any of that. Okay. Sana, can you please kick out that guy Danny out the chat, please? Can you kick that guy out? You got to understand that that's very important. Okay. And for those wondering why I'm kicking him out, we don't drop no links in Mornings with Neno. No links to no other chats, nothing. Don't join no links, guys. No links, no other Telegram chats. Unless if I don't drop it, you don't join it. Okay. I have to protect my family. I have to protect my people in here because other leaders, other leaders share this link with their teams, and I can't have people dropping links to other Telegram chats and being spammed and being sold on other things because that's not what I do. Okay, so Danny, I'm sorry, my brother, but you got to go. Okay, we don't do that here. So to continue, you got to understand this. All right, every one of us alive with life can passionately drive positive change in the face of negative conditions. Okay, change that. All right, if you're going through something negative in your life right now, you're going through anything negative at all, you don't need a title to change it into a positive. Okay, you do not need any title to change that. You can change that yourself, but you have to want to change it and be grateful for the challenges and be grateful for the lessons. Because guess what? Those are the ways that you grow and get better. I'm grateful for every challenge that my life, has ever thrown at me. Every challenge I ever faced, I'm grateful for it today because it made me better. Okay. It made me better. Every negative situation you're going through at this very point in time right now is there to make you better. As I look back and I look at every challenge, every obstacle that I've gone through in life, I noticed that every single one of them had a purpose. Every one of them. Every challenge I went through had a purpose. Every single one of them had a lesson in them that I had to learn. So don't look at it as why me. Look at it as yes, me. I'm so grateful. And remember, you need no title to change it. And then the last and final one, every one of us alive to the truth about leadership can treat all stakeholders with respect, appreciation, and kindness. And in doing so, raise the organization's culture to the best of breed. And you need no title to do that. And natural power number 4 is every one of us alive to the truth about leadership can treat all stakeholders with respect, appreciation, and kindness. And in doing so, raise the organization's culture to the best of breed. And you need no title to do that. That's how it is. Why you guys think I treat every single one of you guys with so much respect? Why you guys think I show each and every single one of you guys so much appreciation and I'm so kind to all of you guys? Is because we're raising the organization's culture to the best of the breed. Stakeholders is basically people within the business. If you want to say leadership can be treat all people, right? This is, they were talking more about in the book, it was more about a company. But if it's for us, just treat all people. Treat all people with respect, appreciation, and kindness. And in doing so, raise the organization's culture to the best of breed. Remember, guys, people want to be a part of something that they can brag about. And in your organization, people get treated with respect, with appreciation and kindness, you can best believe that they're going to brag about being a part of your team and your organization. People brag about mornings with Neno. Why? Because in here, people get treated with respect, people get appreciated, and people are treated with kindness here. Why you think I just kicked that guy out of the chat? Is because he has no respect. He had no respect. Why is he dropping another chat in here? There's other teams in here. There's other organizations in here. We treat people with respect here. Okay. I appreciate everyone here. And everybody here gets treated with kindness. Okay. Positive vibes only. Okay. And in doing so, we've raised the culture here to the best of its ability. Now, what I want all of you guys to do is I want you guys to apply these 4 natural powers to your organization. Knowing this right here is so important. These are the 4 natural powers that we must live by. Okay. Number 1, every one of us alive in this moment has the power to go work each day and express the absolute best within us. All right. Number 2, every one of us alive today has the power to inspire, influence, and elevate each person we meet by the gift of a great example. Number 3, each one of us alive with life can passionately drive positive change in the face of negative conditions. And number 4, every one of us alive to the truth about leadership can treat all people with respect, appreciation, and kindness. And in doing so, raise the organization's culture to the best of breed. And you need no title to do that. Okay, family, these right here are the 4 natural powers. Understand them, apply them to your business. Okay, this is something that we all must lead by. And understanding the most important thing is that you need no title to do any of it. Understand that. You need no title to express the absolute best, to inspire, influence, and elevate each person, to change a negative situation into a positive one, and to treat all people with respect, appreciation, and kindness. Right? That's very, very important. Okay. Key information. All right. With that being said, that is the end of the presentation, guys. If you guys got value from this, type of 333 in the chat box. Shah, please, bro, don't spam the chats with your questions. Contact me on the side, bro, if you want to learn more about other things and how to get started with other things. But with that being said, guys, understand that the most important thing about everything is that you need no title. The name of the book is called The Leader Who Had No Title. It's a short book too, so I'll be done with it soon. The Leader Who Had No Title. You need no title to be the best. You need no title to lead by example. You need no title to change a negative situation into a positive one. And you need no title to treat people with respect, kindness, and what was the other one? Respect, kindness, and humility. All right, family. So with that being an appreciation. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you guys. I love all of you guys so, so much. I hope you guys got a lot of value from today's call. I wanted to teach you guys that because it was something of value to me. But with that being said, I know the call is about to cut off in a minute or so. So if it does cut off, just know that I appreciate all of y'all. I love all of you guys. I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your day.